So I learned this method from my boy Frugoni, and a lot of people have always asked, like, how do I cook with pellets? And you throw them right in the fire. Open pellet smoking. That's how it's done. Right here on Embers TV. Welcome to the Backyard BBQ Invite. This is the first episode and it's in my backyard. I want to give you guys a tour, but we're waiting on my boy Carlos to get here so we can cook these wings open fire style. First thing we got to do is build a fire, so let's do it. So right now we're going to start this with coals. Once we get this real nice and lit, we're going to start adding some wood in there, and then once it all turns into embers, it's going to be good flavor that we're going to add underneath the grill to cook these wings. We're going to get the torch on here. Now let's get this baby lit. Or as my boy Mel would say, fire in the hole. I don't know, it's something about the smell of charcoal, man. And that's good. I think that's a good start right there. Once these coals, start turning into embers, we're gonna add some wood to it. I got some almond wood that I'm gonna throw in here once these embers are lit. Hopefully by then Carlos comes with these wings so we get them prepped and get them on the grill. Let me put this guy on speakerphone too.
Yes, Daddy.
What's up, bro? Where you at?
I am pulling up in like 2 minutes.
What you got on my wings?
I got your wings, baby.
Hell yeah, let's go. This is what they call almond wood here in California. And the way you get the flavor out of it is by slapping it. Fuck, that hurt. It's going in hot. So the reason why I stack the wood like this is just to bring in a lot of airflow. You never want to just throw it over the coals. It'll burn it, it'll get it hot, but you're not going to get a lot of flames like this by letting that air expose underneath. You get that airflow, and just like with any kind of fire, fire needs air. So having it above the coals like this is gonna help it catch fire just like a way it did, like in a matter of seconds. And it also smells good. Oh, guess who's here? The wings are here. Yo, yo.
What is up?
Well, about time, man.
Got the chicken.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Got the
You
fire
ready?
rolling.
What we cooking?
So we're rolling, man.
What's up, man? TFTI.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, man. Let's go.
Hey, man. How are we just walk past this bar without taking a shot?
You're right. Let's go.
Let's do this.
You know what it is? Gold Bar Whiskey, man.
Niner edition.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh boy.
Thanks for coming, man.
Of course. I mean, I'm never gonna miss an opportunity to come to your backyard.
Right on, man. Everybody wants to be here, dude. Yeah.
Have you given an official tour of the backyard?
I have not. And
So we can do that today?
let's do it.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
All right, yeah. So a tour. We'll start off here. So before I even built that backyard, I had a lawn. I had a big orange tree. I had a shed right here. I had a playground. And whenever we had people over, it was only this awning area. We had this built. This is actually the second time it's been built. The first time it was built, it wasn't built the correct way.
Yeah.
So there was an inspector over there inspecting the house right behind me, because the house was getting rebuilt. While that was happening, the little bootleg awning we were getting built they were building at the same time. So we got cited for it. As much as we loved it, we had to tear it down. So we had to do it the right way. You know, we got a contractor, we got the permits and everything. And then it's what you see now. Now it's permanently built to the house. Yeah, it was the first thing that was ever built back here. What's funny about this bar was this bar is built out of the wood from the old awning.
It's perfect.
Everybody was like, you need a bar. And I had all this wood from the old awning sitting over there at the side. And me and my homie one day, we tore it down, or not tore it down, but we built the plans and we used all that same wood to build this awning. Except for the top. The top, you know, we had to buy that stuff. I did all this though. I did the epoxy, I did the lighting, you know, got my Niners, got my Giants in there. This is my car club here. And yeah, now it's what you see today. The Gold Bar Whiskey Bar.
I feel like, and this is like the signature spot. Like I've been over here so many times, and there's, you know, 30, 40, 50 people crammed around this bar
It
doing
is, man.
shots.
It's one of the popular spots in the backyard, only because this is where all the alcohol is at. And then, yeah, we also watch the games right here. Before we walk any further, this is another thing here that I built out of the wood from the old awning. Because we have a lot of parties here, this is where we take a lot of the group photos, whether it's family gatherings, whether it's barbecue events, birthdays, you name it. This is where everybody wants to take photos.
Yeah.
Because we could fit so many people in one spot, you know, like bleachers and shit, you know?
It's the glamour shot bleachers.
It is.
I love it.
Built out of my old awning that we had to freaking tear down.
Now this is like maybe one of the most iconic backdrops in barbecue.
It is. And this is one of my pride and joys. My pride and joys of this whole backyard is. So before I even started social media, like I always wanted an outdoor kitchen because I love to cook. And I built this, and I actually built this entire thing by myself. Not by myself, but with these bare hands. You know, man. You notice the infamous barbecue sign, which is, you know, everybody sees it from my videos. And when I have other people here that watch my videos, like this is one of the pictures that they want to take. They want to take selfies over here.
Well, I remember the first time I walked back here, I felt like I was walking into a TFTI video.
Pretty much.
It was an honor, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is where a lot of the magic happens here. Like a lot of my filming, prep, everything's here. Yeah. I have all my ingredients. You guys want to tour this? This is something you guys want to see right here. Everybody wants to see this. Everybody asked to see what's in my spice drawer, all right? So, world exclusive right here. So these are all my favorite rubs that I like to use. Pretty much is what I only use. I had a lot of people to send me rubs from everywhere, or they try to send it, but you know, I can't support everybody. I support the good flavors in barbecue and what I enjoy personally, and it's all these. I mean, I do have another drawer where this is like my salt and pepper and other kind of outside of the barbecue seasoning drawer. I have all my flavored salts. I have stuff that go like seasonings that go on everything that outside of barbecue. I got hot sauces. Yeah, it's a cool drawer. A lot of people ask for like what knives I use. I don't have that many knives because I kind of, you know, I get a knife, I fall in love with it. I never want to, you know, break up with it. So I don't have too many knives, but these are my favorite knives that I use right here. A few Dow Strongs, couple of custom knives.
I feel like this is the one that I see most in videos.
It's the one you see the most. It's one of my favorite pride and joys. It's another new one of mine. I got this while I was in Texas at the Treaty Oak event that they had Memorial Day weekend. There was people handcrafting knives on the spot, and this is probably my sharpest knife here, and it's my what do you call it, trimming knife. And you know, I keep other stuff in here. I keep all my utensils for cooking. I like to stay organized. As a content creator, I think it's real important to be organized, so I'm not fumbling around everywhere trying to find something as I'm cooking. Another important thing, or one of the most important things that I have here in my barbecue shed, is a picture of my mom. I don't have much pictures of her, but this is one of my favorite ones because she's smiling, and my mom had the brightest smile. My mom is the inspiration of, you know, everything that I do. She was the stay-at-home mom. She was the main cook. My Cajun influence is from her. She's also part Filipino, so part of my Filipino influence is from her also, which is another reason why I have this fleur-de-lis, you know, a sign of, you know, Louisiana from her. But I've learned so much from her throughout the years of everything, on how to cook. She used to experiment on recipes, and that's kind of like how I started experimenting, you know, my cultures with barbecue, was from the kind of stuff that she would do in the kitchen. And yeah, she passed away 2020 during the pandemic, which is like around the time when I started building all this, so she never really got to see it all. But yeah, she means a lot to me, and I feel part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm good at what I'm doing is because she's up there watching me, helping me, and guiding me. And yeah, she'll always be in my heart, and she's why I do what I do. All right, so this is a hidden one people don't really see much. I keep it under here. This is kind of like my mini open fire grill. So this, I have a rotisserie on here. This is kind of where I do, you know, all the rotisseries, like skewer cooks. It also blocks the wind from over here. So this is kind of like the personal open fire pit that I normally use. Also here, this is where I keep a lot of my charcoal briquettes. This is kind of where I keep them outside of the bags. I have my storage over there for all the, you know, little back stock, but I keep it here. It's convenient. I have my scoop here. Scoop of my briquettes when I need them. Scoop of my lump when I need them. Over here, I have my blood and crypt grill. I'm just kidding. Right here, I have my gravity-fed grills. These are my two favorite grills I have here.
First time I ever cooked on one was back here, and I was blown away by how well they cook.
They do, man.
Like, they're kind of an unsung hero of smoking.
They are. It's one of the ones I cook on the most because it's just convenient.
And I've been blown away by the level of smoke you can get out of them.
You can, because you can use charcoal, you can use briquettes, you can just use wood. So you can get so much smoke out of this, you know what I mean, compared to a regular pellet smoke. Over here is where everybody wants to sit out in the sun, enjoy the barbecue. It's kind of like when we have big parties, this is where everybody wants to sit at. We can watch the games, sit here, eat, drink, smell the smoke. You know, it's a good spot to be at because you got the bigger TV. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the 55-inch TV there for a lot of the games and stuff like that. We got the gazebo. It's another chill spot. It's kind of like where all the females hang out at. They sit here because it's the most comfortable. We got the gas fire pit, so no smoke's really in their face. So these are kind of like my Kamado style grills, my Acorns. One's an automatic, which is kind of like the gravity fed in a way. There's a fan built into it, so pushes the air in there so I can get as hot as I want. And then this is kind of like a regular Kamado kettle style, you know what I mean? Like, so it's all manual. Got my sign right here. But it's a cool place. This is where a lot of conversations happen. Yeah. A lot of decisions are made here, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like just recently there were some conversations over a cigar and maybe whiskey right here. Does that sound right?
Yeah, exactly right. Like, this is one of the coolest spots. Maybe we could have one later.
Let's go.
What's cool about this pit though too, I have the attachment to it so I could grill on it too. So I could do a lot of open fire cooking on here also. But in one of my favorite spots in the backyard, other than when I'm cooking, it's right here, right next to the fire, chilling. Right here, I got that angle of everybody in my backyard when I'm having a party. I can just sit here with my drink, my beer, chilling, man.
Yeah.
This is the spot right here. I feel like I'm king of the castle right here.
King of the castle.
All right, so here, this is the centerpiece of my entire backyard. One of the favorite grill I love to cook on. It's my Fuego, Texas open fire pit.
Definitely a showstopper.
It is. It's definitely a centerpiece. When people come over, it's one of the first things they see, like, what the fuck is this? This is one of the things where I could cook like 8 to 10 different things all at once. A lot of times when I do have parties, when I'm not doing low and slow, this is where I'm cooking everything all at once. And it's fun because people get to come over. You know, they're not just guessing what's being cooked underneath that grill, what's being cooked underneath that grill. They get to come here and they get to see what's cooked or what's being cooked. And yeah, people love it, man.
Now, it's lit, so I'm assuming we're cooking on this today.
Yeah, we're gonna cook the wings over open fire. Some simple, but definitely good. And we're gonna cook some wings on the smoker also. So we're gonna do one with a Filipino recipe, and then we're also gonna do one in a Cajun recipe. Two of my big influences, two of my heritage and where I'm from.
I can't freaking wait.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right, so the smoked adobo wings are done. Now what are we doing?
We're making a sauce for the open fire wings. This is going to be my infamous Cajun honey butter wings. Adding butter right now to the pot.
Now, I feel like every time you've made these wings and I've seen them on social media, I get pissed off because they look so freaking good. So I'm really excited that I get to eat these today.
As you should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my father is Filipino. He was born in the Philippines. He was in the Navy for 14 years. He met my mom when he was stationed out in Louisiana, I think. And my mother, she's from Louisiana. She's also part Filipino, part Cajun. And yeah, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, big cook. A lot of the Cajun stuff I learned was from her, and the Filipino stuff was from my dad.
So many of your dishes, they're not traditional, right? You're really going to your roots and kind of telling a story.
Yeah.
You know, when did you start? Like, when did you decide, like, I'm gonna upload my first TikTok? And was it a TikTok video, or did you start on Instagram? Like, what was your journey?
I think I started both around the same time. Late 2020 was when I started the page, like December 2020, but I didn't start posting until January 2021. And yeah, like I wasn't even planning on posting any barbecue stuff, any videos or anything like that. It was my girlfriend. She would always send me TikToks of people, food creators, and their videos. And, you know, I kind of thought it was dumb. Like, I don't see myself posting any, you know, stuff like that, you know. But, you know, after a while, she started sending me more and more. My friends started to catch on with that conversation, and then they started convincing me, like, you should start posting your stuff, because they eat my stuff all the time, you know. And then finally, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start posting videos. I started doing it from my phone. Yeah, and then from then on, it like I think my first viral video was some chimichurri wings, and it was all recorded off my phone. And that kind of blew up, and yeah, it just been skyrocketing since.
So then, you start your account, and immediately, was it like TFTI barbecue, TFTI? You knew that was what you were going to call yourself, or how did that name come to be?
So years ago, like before the page, like just on my personal page, like I heard the acronym, TFTI. And to me, I thought it was the funniest thing, thanks for the invite, And then I was the type of guy that just played it out, like every time somebody was like posting a video or a picture, like it could have been like my friend sitting on a toilet, like, and then I was like, TFTI, dude, thanks for the invite,
And you're still that guy, because every time, even when like we invite you somewhere, you're like TFTI.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny,
I'm glad you do.
But yeah, and then like, so I was the guy playing it out. I was posting pictures of just food, like just regular people, like just posting a picture of their food, right, or barbecue. And then I had friends and family that would give me the TFTI, like, TFTI, why wasn't I invited, type of thing. And so when it was down to come up with a name for my barbecue page, that was the first thing that popped in my head was TFTI, like, thanks for the invite. So that's ready. All right, so this is adobo wings. It's kind of like it's a take on like the classic chicken adobo, which is normally like a stew that you cook, serve over rice. But this is kind of like a sticky adobo. I added sugar to it, and then added like, ginger, garlic. It's soy sauce, vinegar based, and with some bay leaves. And it's a real simple one, garnished it with some crispy garlic and green onions. This is Cajun honey butter, which is like a homemade Cajun seasoning with butter, garlic, and Mike's hot honey, or you could just use regular honey. But so this is sweet and spicy. This is kind of like, salty, vinegary, savory. So Filipino, Cajun Filipino.
I can't wait. So someone wants to make these wings. Where do they find the recipe?
They're all over my social media. I have videos for them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and even on YouTube. So I made some chicken adobo wings, your guys' favorite. It's for you guys. And then here for you, baby, some Cajun honey butter wings and some adobo wings. You're welcome.
Oh, all right.
There you go. Let me know
Do
what
you have
think.
is there a preferred order of what I eat first?
Whatever you want, man.
Whatever I want. This one looks amazing. So this is our Cajun honey butter wing.
Yes.
Closer to me, baby. There.
Try it.
Oh my god.
It's delicious.
Oh my god.
Now try the adobo ones.
Adobo. The smell is amazing.
You got me salivating over
Oh
here.
my god.
I'm gonna try it.
That flavor is ridiculous. It's not. As I was watching you do it, I'm like, oh, is it going to be kind of like teriyaki? No.
This is how us pros eat wings.
Yeah,
right?
whatever.
Boom.
Oh, brother, thank you for the invite.
All good, man.
I
Thanks
can't
for coming.
I can't wait to see the next episodes. Everyone you go film with and cook with. It's going to be a wild ride.
It is, man. It's gonna be dope. Everybody's gonna love it. All the guests that we have coming. It's gonna be dope.
Can't wait. Well, go ahead and load me up with a few more, and I got to get on the road. Oh yeah.
Boom.
All right. Perfect. Again, thanks for the invite.
All good, man. Thank you.
Later, brother.
Thank you for coming to my backyard.
Exactly.
Thank you guys for coming to my backyard. I gave you guys a tour of everything. Hung out with my boy Carlos. Made some wings. Looking forward to the next places we're gonna go to. Cheers. That's money.
Just 1 second is all you need, not even that.
We are on our way to Vallejo, California, the Yay area. Going to see my boy Chuck Matto, aka Chuck's Flavor Train. Y'all probably know him. Flavor packing, never lacking. Juicy like Lucy. It's official, like a ref with the whistle. Yeah, I'm excited to go check out his backyard, show the world his backyard, hear his story. Chuck's a real close friend of mine. He's influenced a lot in what I do. We actually hang out on a personal level, you know, my family, his family, our kids are around the same age. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm super excited. I'm hoping that, you know, today we get to cook and I get to see him slap that meat as hard as possible in person and have some laughs, man. It's always good hanging with Chuck, dude. He's a real cool dude. Let's go.
Heard that.
What up?
What's going on, bro?
Shit.
How was the drive?
It was cool, man.
Good.
Good to
Appreciate
see
you
you.
coming out. Good to see you.
Hell yeah. Damn, look at that chain,
Woo,
boy.
call me Mr. C. I'm Mr. T's little brother, you know.
Hell yeah.
Show you the finest greenery this side.
Nice,
Yeah, we ain't
man.
talking about that medicinal stuff.
What you got growing over here?
It's springtime, baby. Got everything. Got some tomatoes going on, big ones, little ones, couple onions.
You got any herbs growing in here? Like any medicine herbs?
Not the kind of herbs I really like, but we got some stuff going on. Got some micro herbs back here. Basil, thyme, oregano, the big greens, artichokes, asparagus. Got tomatoes,
Oh, I
two
see the
types.
tomatoes under here.
Yes,
man.
sir. There might be a ripe one there to try. Let me see. Do I see a red one? Yes,
There's a little
sir.
red one right
Look at that. Lucky day. First tomato of the season. Let's try that bad boy out.
Hell yeah.
Be better with some beef. Be better with a steak, you know?
Nice, man.
This is
Haven't
the
been back
palace.
here for a while, dude.
It's been a minute. Got some upgrades going on. Got the gazebo put in. A couple more
Nice.
grills added. Girlfriends, as I like to call them. So life's good. Life's real good.
Nice. Which ones are your favorites, dude? Out of all these?
Favorites, gotta go with the Weber's. Started off on the Smoky Mountain. It's still here. Old Faithful right there. Love my kettle. I want to be easy, have a lazy day. I'm gonna go with the Z Grill. And then these right here, those are the money makers, the pit barrels. That's
Pit
the lineup.
barrels, yeah.
Pits are always
That's
legit.
one thing I'm missing in my backyard is a pit barrel.
We'll
dude.
change that.
Yeah.
Amber and Noah, I'll reach out to them. That's the owners. They actually just moved
Hell
out
yeah,
here. So
hell
yeah, they're in the area. So
I'm with it.
absolutely. We'll be firing up the kettle today though, baby.
What's under this bad boy right here?
This right here is my local cooker griddle flat top. So yeah, I got a flat top here, flat top there. As of
Nice.
today, this one's basically a shelf and storage since this is where we're getting down at. So
Tight, tight. I love it, man.
yes, sir. Hope you're hungry.
Hell yeah, I'm hungry. What you cooking?
Cooking up a rack of lamb,
What?
Jack, and you know that
Hell
shit's gonna
yeah,
smack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a little rack of lamb, nice little herb sauce.
Dude, I see you make them all the time, dude. I can't wait to try yours, dude.
I got the chimichurri king of California out here, so I'm nervous. I'm not calling it a chimney. I'm gonna say a herb sauce. If it's good, you can call it whatever you want.
Hell
so.
yeah. Tell me how you're setting this up, the charcoal and everything.
Absolutely. Classic backyard barbecue style. Got the kettle over here, basically a giant bowl with a grate at the bottom. We're setting it up for 2-zone cooking or indirect cooking, which I'm sure you're familiar with. So all of our briquettes are banked to one side. We'll light maybe half of these coals, maybe a third of them. Let that get hot. We'll place our meat opposite that so it's cooking indirectly. Let it smoke. Got
Nice.
some beautiful red wine-soaked wine barrel in there that I actually got from a local winery as well. So they pulled them out about 2 weeks ago. I got them 2 days after
Nice.
they were pulled. So
You know, I don't think I've ever used like wine barrels as like smoke. So I'm excited
Honestly,
about that, man.
absolutely, you should be. And I will say this, it really imparts a good flavor. Sometimes people say, I don't taste cherry, I don't taste oak. You will taste the wine. You'll
Oh,
smell it
nice.
too. So real nice. Should be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it, baby. So today we're going to use my Luftleiter, baby. This is an electric fire starter, basically blows hot air. I don't really like to use gasoline. You can. The whole rumor of you can't cook with
Gasoline.
Or sorry, propane. You know, Jesus Christ, sorry.
I was like,
I'm not a
damn.
fan of people starting, you know, with charcoal. Jesus Christ, I can't think.
Propane.
Propane, yeah. Propane, lighter fluid, anything like that does work if you burn it off. But this is nice, quick and easy, and you can control where the fire goes. So
Nice.
should take about 20 seconds to get real hot. Should start throwing sparks after that, and then from there it's on.
Oh. So does this double as a blow dryer?
You know, if you use this as a blow dryer, it's like opening the Ark of the Covenant. It's gonna melt your face off. So you can see the little spot right there, that white spot, it's lit. And then from there, I'm actually gonna turn it around, try to throw that spark a little bit. The sun's about to start poking now. Look at that, right on cue as we're lighting up. Woo! The sky's parted and the big belly God said, let there be barbecue. I'm gonna light up a little bit more, maybe get like 8 of these hot, and then we'll go chill.
There's that sun.
Yes, sir. Not to be sweating like Betty Spaghetti out in this heat.
Is it supposed to be hot today?
No, Vallejo's never hot, bro. It's the Bay Area. That's why I live here. Should we get cracking on that rack?
Hell yeah.
Let's get to it, baby. You cook a lot of lamb?
I do sometimes, not as much as you.
Right here is la pièce de résistance, if that's what they say. Got a beautiful rack of lamb. Some people say it's my jam. We'll find out today. More importantly, we got my truffle rub right here. This thing of ours, part 2. Flavor packing and never lacking.
Try a little bit of that?
Oh, yes, sir. You're not sober, are you? Because this will get you high on flavor alone. Just want to be sure. What are you picking up? Get some chili, a little lemon.
Yeah. I definitely taste the citrus. A lot of spice.
A lot of heat. It's good. Yeah. People, I think the name truffle rub throws people off. There's a lot of heat in here. It's got a little bit of truffles, but lamb is one of those things that holds up well to strong flavors, bold flavors.
Oh, God.
Now, heat'll get you, baby. I told you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this thing smothered and covered. And it's funny. I'll tell you, people say, oh, you're the lamb king. You cook a lot of lamb. What's funny is my wife and I at the time were just dating, lived in an apartment. There was a grocery outlet next door. Lamb's getting more popular here in America, California, but it's not super popular like it is everywhere else. Grocery outlet would always have racks of lamb on sale for $10. I'm like, this is a good cut of meat. It's a good ass cut of meat, $10. I started buying lamb shanks. That's how it started. So I started cooking lamb out of necessity and just this is what I could afford, not trying to be fancy. And now it's become a signature dish of mine. So I'm excited to share it with you today. So
juice, man.
Real quick, this is a beautiful French rack of lamb. You can see French means the bone had been trimmed up properly like that. There is a heavy fat cap that comes on top sometimes. This one's been removed, which you can leave on if you're grilling. The way we're like a hot and fast grill, we're gonna be smoking and searing. I like to take it off just because otherwise it won't render down properly. So to ensure the proper medium rare internal temperature, you gotta take this rack and you know what I'm about to do. Baby powder, give it a smack. Now it's time to season it. That right there is going to ensure a proper cook. Trust me. You've been saying, oh, Chuck, I overcook my steaks. I undercook my steaks. Do you smack it? Oh, no, you don't. That's a pro tip. This will help. Trust me. Got some olive oil here coming in a nice squeeze bottle. A new company I just found. I know it looks kind of cheap and tacky. Game changer. The perfect amount every time. A little binder. We don't need too much. There is a lot of fat on the lamb. Make sure the rack's smothered and covered. We want to properly season. God damn, you are getting drenched in that.
That's right, dude. That's right.
I'm about to throw a tone on the grill as well today. I'm going to season up both sides. Pat it in for even distribution. Don't rub it. I know it doesn't make sense because it's called the rub. It's one of the first things I learned barbecuing, grilling. Pat it, don't rub it. So we're going to let this sit for a couple minutes. What that's going to do, as you know, let that salt kind of break down, absorb into the meat. We don't want to go too long because it's going to draw the moisture out. But after about 5 minutes, this thing should be ready to get on the grill. We'll get it smoking. We ain't joking, baby. I'm going to go ahead and prep our kettle here. The coals are where we want them. We don't want to leave this open too long, or as you know, the more oxygen this fire gets, the hotter it's going to get. And next thing you know, it's not going to be smoked. We're just going to grill this thing.
Yep.
Gonna put the lid on, and this is something that I didn't know when I first started smoking in the backyard. When you're banking your charcoal to one side, I would not want to put it down with the vents on this side. Why? If my meat is sitting over here and the vents are here, all that smoke, all that heat's gonna go right up out the vent. So everybody at home that doesn't know, this really helped me a lot. Go ahead and get your vents on the opposite side of where your coals are. What that's going to do is drag that heat and smoke across your grill, let your meat actually absorb that stuff and make sure the air's flowing circularly.
That's how you do it, yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll let that come to temp. Go ahead and chill for a minute, get that rack of lamb on. Little brew
Nice.
for
What's
you,
this?
good sir. That's our homie Ed's beer, 187 barbecue, baby. That's his light
Hell
pilsner.
I don't think I've tried
Go
this
ahead and
one
crack
yet.
that. You know the rules.
Boom.
Pop
Pinky
that
pop
pinky.
it. Let's
Take
go.
a drink it, baby.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
good.
Yeah, now I'm barbecuing.
Breakfast of champions right here.
Absolutely. It's how I maintain my figure, baby. It's beach season. Ooh, this thing really smoking along. Got this beautiful rack of lamb. You can see all the flavors in that beautiful rub on there. We're going to go
Can I
ahead.
help you out here?
Ooh, teamwork makes the dream work.
Whoa.
We're going to lay this fat side down because the heat's on the bottom. And then we want the meat that's the most tender away from the heat source. So we'll go ahead and lay it down like so. We're going to let that smoke away. And that is the hardest part of barbecue, waiting. That's on, now we just gotta wait. Luckily, we gotta elevate and celebrate the flavors of this rack of lamb with some sauce fit for a boss. Got a boss level homie over here, Tone Capone, gonna make a chimichurri inspired sauce. And I'm saying inspired because if I mess up this chimichurri, I'm gonna hear a bunch of shit from all the people that love this guy so much, so. It's like a balancing act over here, all these fancy ingredients. I'm already committing a cardinal sin for those of you watching at home. I know what Tone's thinking. A food processor. My guy over here is all about that hand-chopped chimichurri, so that's why I'm saying inspired sauce, not an actual chimichurri.
I mean, what year is this from, though, man? Like the 1940s or what?
Dude, I got this for my wedding, which oddly enough has been almost 10 years now. So yeah, it is fairly old. It's funny, I'm thinking this is new, but it's not
This
new.
is like for old people with the big-ass buttons.
Okay, this guy's talking all kinds of shit. I don't have good eyes, and there's only a couple buttons you need on this thing. Anyway, let's talk about flavors. So one of the things I think, especially in California, you can attest to this, you love chimichurri and all those sauces. We like shit fresh out here, right?
Yeah.
Whether that's a little bit of garnish at the end, herbs, whatever that is. Lamb is a meat that really fits in that profile because lamb really takes well to something that's fresh, bright, acidic to counteract kind of that lamby, fatty flavor, which I love, but some people don't. So if they don't, this might be a good way to serve it. I'm gonna keep this simple and sweet. I don't really like parsley, so for my chimichurri inspired sauce, I go with a half bunch of parsley. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in. I go with 2 full bunches cilantro, okay? So the cilantro is my main green herb in there. Lamb loves mint. If you wanna go heavier on the mint, you can. We just wanna kiss it with a little bit of mint. Ooh, shit smells fresh, baby. Yes, sir. Just a little bit. It's potent stuff, goes a long way. Gots to have the garlic. I got like
Garlic
8,
is a must.
10 cloves. Gotta have that. Throw some garlic up in there. Did I miss one? Oh, thank you, sir. This guy's always got my back. That's why we're homies, you know. And then some onion, a little bit of red onion. You can throw green onion, shallot works as well. Whatever you have and like, whatever onion you want. Make it your own. Adjust this. You'll notice I'm not measuring shit. I don't measure nothing. I rely on the flavors. Taste, adjust,
Same
taste,
here,
adjust.
man.
Exactly. So you can use regular chili flakes if you'd like. I have Aleppo pepper. Shout out to my guy, Bobby Flay. Everybody out there doing big things. I had never found out about this until recently, this past January. It's a real nice heat, well balanced.
What is it compared to?
Oh man, I would almost compare it to like a standard red chili flake, but it has slightly more of a paprika smoke flavor to it, I would say, if that makes sense. That's just my palate. I'm also a dumbass, so who knows?
And that's all you put in?
So yeah, so we got our herbs, red pepper flake. I don't like my stuff too spicy. I got the king of heat over here. We'll see some on the side. He can incorporate it in afterwards. That's all you put in? Yeah, son, I got things to do today. All right, so after that, we're gonna throw in our vinegar. I like to start with what I think is hopefully like a half cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup. You can always add more. You can't add less, okay? And we're gonna go ahead, season this up. Little flaky salt. Couple pinches.
Nice.
Gots to have that. I say a couple. Salt is life, baby. You ever go out to eat and think, man, this is good, it's missing something. It's salt. If it's not salt, it's butter. You're welcome, now you know. A little bit of pepper going in here as well. Man, I love these products, but this shit grinds pepper slow. You notice that?
does.
And you can't adjust it.
So I got the hex clad ones now.
Yeah, so I
Those
gotta
work
step my
hella
shit
good,
up.
dude.
If only I had a homie that could plug me with that stuff, you know? And real quick, I didn't highlight, I'm using a champagne vinegar. I can't even explain it. It just feels like champagne in your mouth. It's lighter. It's got a better flavor in my
I was
opinion.
looking at that too. That has a weird color
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, it's real good. It's nice and light, bright, bubbly. We'll go ahead and bring this stuff together.
That smells like champagne.
All right. Nicole can bring this together. Once everything's broken down a little bit, you can start adding in your olive oil. Some people like to add the olive oil afterwards and stir by hand. You can do that. One thing that I believe, and I kind of learned this from making ramen, especially with pork stock, things with a lot of fat, when you whip it, olive oil, any fat, it emulsifies. What we're gonna do is get a bit of a creamier texture, and hopefully all these flavors are gonna be transported throughout this more because the olive oil is gonna act as that carrying vessel. So do you mind hitting that pulse button for me and just kind of pulse it on and off? Go ahead. Hold it for a second. There it is. Keep going. And you can see literally the color change and it gets a little creamier.
Yep.
Stop! It's like conducting an orchestra, baby. And now it's a matter of tasting and adjusting. If it doesn't taste good right away, which it might not, that's okay. We have the base sit down. Salt, pepper can be added. I like that. I'm gonna throw in some more pepper, you're right. A little bit of the Aleppo. Just a little bit more olive oil. One more pinch of salt and we're there. I'm adding in salt because it needs salt, pepper to balance out the heat, and olive oil. Why? To cut the acid of the vinegar. See up there, my bad, bro. There we go. Hit that one more time. Good. Thank you. Let's see. Let me know. And one thing about barbecue, it's always a tag team effort. If the cameras are rolling, I'd say the same shit. If this tastes like shit, tell me. If it needs something, please tell me.
I like it.
Tangy as fuck, right?
Real
Get
tangy.
the heat on the back end?
Yeah.
Cool. With the smoke,
it.
that tang should cut through the fat. The heat on the back end should play nice with all the flavors. As of now, we're hanging out just waiting on our rack of lamb. So we'll clean up, meat's in place, maintain a clean kitchen, all that shit. Plus, once these cameras are off, I'm going to get real drunk, and I don't want to clean up later, so we'll do it now.
So I haven't been keeping track of time. How do you know when it's ready?
I don't. No, honestly, you let the meat talk to you, as dirty as that sounds. I have a thermometer out here. I've been poking it, but I really don't rely on what the temperature says. It's a feel thing, especially when cooking a rack and lamb. I want it to be firm, but still tender, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a perfect balance of texture. The smoke flavor is going to be there. I just want to make sure that it's just about done because we are going to sear it after this. And hopefully, this is that magical moment.
Ooh.
You can see it's got a gorgeous bark on there, beautiful crust.
Man, that looks good.
So all we're gonna do at this point, and yeah, I can see, yeah, not too soft. That's the exact texture I'm looking for. Get my hot glove on here. The other thing you want to check for on the rack of lamb, that fat cap that goes over that whole top side, you want that to be rendered down a little bit. And as you can see here, as you know, whenever fat splits, whether it's a pork butt, anything like that, it's starting to render. So at this point, we're just gonna go ahead and throw it directly over the coals and sear it. I like to start with the fat side down because the fat is gonna drip onto the coals and cause it to flame up, as you can see. Get our fire going, and then at this point, it's a matter of literally playing hot potato. You can do this with tongs if you want, but I like to use the glove to have full control, constantly moving it. If we were in a fancy restaurant somewhere in Napa Valley, perhaps, you might see these with the bones wrapped up in tin foil or heavy duty like butcher paper. What that's gonna do is prevent those from getting dark and burned. This is backyard barbecue, ain't nothing fancy. I'm eating meat on a stick, that's all I'm looking for. So I'm not really worried about that, but again, you can wrap the bones, that'll protect it.
Yeah, that's good.
It does smell good. You can see that fat cooks up crazy quick. So that's why it was maybe down 10 seconds and I flipped it. You don't want that fat to burn because it's over the whole entire fat cap. If that fat cap burns, the whole entire lamb chop is ruined. So, and at this point, I really am just relying on feel. What's also nice about a rack of lamb, similar to a tri-tip or any cut, you can get multiple textures, or excuse me, multiple internal temperatures on this. The end should be cooked a little more. Why? Because they're on the end. The middle's going to be cooked a little less. Why? Because it's in the middle. Similar to cooking a ribeye or anything. So, a couple more seconds here, and I think we're about done. I'm of the belief, one, meat should still be nice, juicy, and pink on the middle. Two, and like I said, same thing with adding vinegar or adding things. You can always add more, you can't add less. We could always cook this more if it's not where we want it. Once it's overdone, we can't do it less. And that right there, whoo, hot dog bopper. Drip dropping on them. Sexy and sizzling, baby. And even with the gloves, holy shit, that's hot. Let's get this on the cutting board. We're gonna let this rest. All them juices can hang out and get to be real friendly. Then we'll slice it open, hit it with that sauce, and hopefully we got a tasty treat.
Hell yeah, juicy like Lucy.
That's what we're hoping to see. Ooh, that feels nice. Go ahead and set this here. Look at that fat, still sizzling. I think it's pretty good, if I can say so myself.
Does look good.
I'm gonna grab a little foil. We wanna let this rest like 10 minutes and then we're good to go. Looks good. Feels good. Gotta say a prayer every time, you know?
Don't be nervous.
I feel like I am nervous, dude. Every time I cook, it's like I'm fucking catering right now, dude. Every time I cut into a piece of meat, backyard, competition, catering, I literally say a prayer to the barbecue gods and hope it tastes good and comes out proper. It's weird. You feel like you do something 100 times, you know what you're doing, but every time the nerves hit you. Before we serve up that lamb, we get our sauce poured up into this bowl here. Thank you, sir. Nice texture on that.
Yes.
One salt and pepper on that bad boy. And this is the showstopper and the panty dropper. Woo-hoo. Good.
I'm very excited for this right here.
Now, in my head and in my heart, this thing feels perfect to me, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's all about the interior. Go down to the bone. Oops, sorry, hitting that bone at the end there. Nice and pink,
Ooh.
juicy. There we go.
That is perfect, bro.
Ooh, juicy. There it is. There it is. Let's get an interior shot of that.
That's
Beautifully rendered fat, nice, pink, and juicy. Woo, running down my knife. She wet. So, we'll get this sliced up here. Beautiful little lollipops, as you can see. And my Lord, look at the interior on that. I did that. Woo-hoo. We like to say juicy like Lucy. Call me Beefy Ricardo, baby. That's what we're doing. So, I'm going to go ahead and lay this out here. As I said earlier, I like to go ahead and get my chimichurri inspired sauce into the food processor. You can use a blender as well. Go ahead and dip it over the top if you want like that. But more importantly, I serve it in a bowl because it's a lollipop, baby. Go ahead and get you one, Tone. Woo, 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 look at that. Give me some of that inspired chimmy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Cheers, my good friend.
Cheers,
I hope you enjoy it.
No, that's money.
Or as we say in this part of the yay, it's official. Like a ref with a whistle, baby. And the fat.
Bro, killed it.
Thank you. And just because I'm a glutton for salt, and I hate my doctor, just to make it pop and take it over the top.
So tell me, like, what made you start barbecuing and stuff like that?
Honestly, I feel like I've been grilling my whole life. You know how it is. One member of the family grills, whatever. That was my dad. Really smoking meat, heavy duty barbecue started about 7 years ago. That Weber Smoky Mountain over there. My brother got me that for Christmas. I smoked, oddly enough, a rack of lamb was my first smoke. I said, damn, this shit tastes good. I had fun doing it. My wife loved it. And it was off to the races from there, man. Barbecue, being outside, having fun, cooking food, just relaxing, set my mind at ease. And then from there, like I said, you start posting on social media. You meet people like yourselves. You start talking about recipes. Hey, you did this, you did that. And next thing you know, you're lying about, oh, I cater. Doing birthday parties, you have no experience catering. And next thing you know, we're at where today. And I never thought that the journey would take me this far. It was never the plan. I've always said my goal is to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. And hopefully I can provide for my family doing that. And it's
so what made you start social media?
You know, I have a good buddy. I've known him my whole life, my boy Matt. His wife, they came over for dinner and I made a lamb neck pasta. She said, this is amazing. She said, so my buddy's wife came over for dinner. I made a lamb neck pasta. She said, this is awesome. You need to share this on a blog or something. And again, at the time, young, ignorant me, I'm like, blog, that's for women, like college chicks. Like that's not, I didn't think like a blog, but I thought, well, Instagram, I have one. I never post on it. So let me go ahead and do that. I started posting. I met guys like Big John's Barbecue, Caribbeque, a bunch of people. And next thing you know, it's like you're in this cult. Like it really is like a family.
Yeah, it is.
And but yeah, I started posting and you learn more. You want to, oh, I didn't know you could do this. I didn't know you could do that. And next thing you know, you've got this little community of people. And really that's what happened. And As far as the videos, I never started filming videos thinking I want to go viral. I cook for my family every night, whether out here in the barbecue or inside in my kitchen right there. I film what I make every day, and that's it.
And I think that's why a lot of people respect you, man, because you're just real about your stuff. You're in your videos. We can tell that you're real. You know what I mean? They ain't nothing.
Real obnoxious. He cut it off. There's a camera cut. At the end of that reel, he said real obnoxious.
No, for real. Like, there's no fakeness on what you do. You know, when you post, when you talk about things, like, you're Chuck. And that's it. And that's all people are going to see is who you really are. And I think that's why people gravitate towards you, man. Like, and to be honest, man, like, I was following you before I even started my barbecue page, you know what I mean? And then I think you just popped up on, like, my For You page or something like that. And first thing I seen was you slapping the meat, dude. And
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Like, and then, you know, what, like a year or two later, now we're hanging out. Like, you know what I mean? It's, the barbecue community is just so dope, man.
I agree, and I feel the same way. And seeing you, I feel like there's a lot of bland, kind of vanilla cookie cutter pages out there. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it takes a lot to catch my eye. But immediately you got a good look and you got skills, but you stood out right away. So I recognized you, and then I'm like, oh shit, this guy's in the Bay Area too, so it had to happen. So, but to hear you say that, it's funny because I've heard that a lot lately. Actually, at your last get together at your spot, I remember Brianna Married to Barbecue was saying that, oh, you know, you're an OG of the game. I'm like, what? And then to hear you say that, it's like,
dude, you are OG.
I've been doing it for 7 years. I tell, this is real. I'll look in the camera lens. To all the kids out there at home, if you're chasing a dream, if you're something you want to do, just fucking do it. That's all I could say. Because this shit right here is a lot better than sitting at the office like I used to be. And I never thought this would have happened. And this all started from listening to my friend's wife, just trying to share a little bit of myself online. So follow your passions is what I'm trying to say.
Man. Amen,
so.
dude.
But yeah, it truly is a blessing. And the last thing I'll say is how you say, oh, you're yourself. The one thing I'll say, and I really kind of was having an internal conversation recently, is I never really knew who I was. People say, were you always loud? Were you always Chuck? I was always me, but I wasn't always comfortable being me. Food just let me share myself with the world. And that, I think, is the coolest thing about this whole barbecue game is this has been my way to share myself. So
I like that, dude, because I feel like that's how I am too, man. Like, I grew up a shy person and all that, and like, now I'm in front of cameras, dude, and like, and now it's starting to be more natural. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I would never want to sit in front of a classroom to say anything or speak in front of people or anything like that, dude, let alone take pictures of myself.
No.
Or videos of myself. And now I'm doing it for a living.
Exactly.
And
it's
like,
it's a trip.
And it's a trip because it just came naturally, man. Like,
but you love to do this, right?
It's something that I love to do, exactly.
That's the key,
and then,
I think.
Yeah, I think that's the key to it, man.
Well, depending when this comes out right now, you guys are going to find out that I either did or did not win on Food Network. Beyond that, I got a bunch of catering. That's the main thing, is I would say keep the train rolling. Whatever comes, comes. I don't ever want to try to put myself into a box or a position where there's so much pressure that I feel like I have to do something. I do what I want when the opportunity arises. And regardless of what happens, you will see me around the California area, the whole Bay, cooking, having fun with the homies, with my family. That's what it's about, man. Keep the priorities in check, you know.
Any secret things on the horizon that, you know, people might need to look out for or anything like that?
Oh, man.
You know, you can spill the beans to me, man. We're homies.
I know we're spilling. See, that's what he's trying to get me. We're on camera. Everybody else watching. Some of y'all are homies. Some of y'all I don't know, and I can't get in trouble. My black ass is just getting to a spot where I feel secure, and I don't want to go backwards. So as of right now, nah. Just go ahead, follow the social media, wherever it is. If not, follow this guy. I'll be around. You know what it is. I don't like plugging my shit. You can find me, so. Cool.
Thank you for having me again, showing me your backyard, showing the world your backyard. I appreciate it. It was good to hear your story, as always. And, man, good seeing you.
My pleasure, dude.
TFTI,
the pleasure is absolutely mine. I appreciate you sliding through.
All good.
Not the last time, the beginning. Trust me.
TFTI, man.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Get the fuck out. I'm done. Cut the cameras. Get out. All y'all got to go. I'm eating all this shit for myself.
Let me take this whole thing. We are going to Dixon, California, Northern California. My homie Pete, also known as Booyah's Barbecue. He's known for like a heavy metal dude, throwing up the devil horns, long hair, pit viper glasses. He throws down some killer wings. I think I'm gonna have to challenge him in a competition one day. You hear that, Booyah? and we're gonna see who the real Wing King is. All right. So when Booyah's riding around on his motorcycle, I always pictured him listening to Taylor Swift. Not heavy metal stuff. Let me give you guys a quick little impression of how he looks like and what he does. So yeah, Booyah has long, girly hair. I think he uses Pantene Pro V. We're going to be pulling up to his house, so when I use his bathroom, I'm going to see what kind of conditioner he uses for his hair. So this is the Booyah look. Ugh, throwing up the devil horn. Let's go.
Booyah, what up? What's up, bro? Love the air. Thank you, man. Got some bottles for you.
Oh yeah,
TFTI, man.
absolutely, brother. Welcome to my place, dude.
Hell yeah, finally.
This is where the
man.
magic happens.
That's what's up, dude. In a carport.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do, man.
Hell yeah, you make it happen in here, though, man. I love your videos back here.
Thank you, bro. That's what gets me pumped for the future, though. It's like, if I can make shit happen here in a carport, this is something anybody can do.
Now, this is dope, man. Inspire a lot of people, dude, because I used to have an apartment and I didn't barbecue in that thing. You know what I mean? But like seeing you do it and you're not supposed to.
You just gotta roll it into the storage container every first of the month or so.
No, that's cool, man. Show me your setup, man. What we got going on?
We'll be cooking on this one today. The Char Griller Fitty Fitty.
This one right here, the little Acorn Jr. I got the same one too, man.
I love this thing, dude.
Me too, dude.
Definitely a bit of a learning curve when you first start out with these things.
Yeah.
I think I went and put my daughter down for like 10 minutes. I came back. I was like, oh, that gets hot.
Dude, I'm getting hot in this wig, dude. Can I take this off real quick?
Yeah, bro.
All right, that's much better, man.
I think you should grow it out.
I know, man. I used to have long hair.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to see that, dude.
But it was like the ponytail up here. Like everything was all shaved. Yeah. Not like the whole head of hair.
Before it was popular.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you doing the man bun back then, dude?
Nah, not the man, but it was like, it was a long ass tail, dude. I had it down on my butt.
You braid it?
It was braided or put the rubber bands. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, it used to be hella long.
All right, I need you to grow that out immediately.
So what are we cooking up today, man?
We're going to do some pineapple chipotle wings. This is a recipe I came up with when, you know, a lot of times you're just, you know, staring at your cabinets before you're going to shoot something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what can I do with this?
Oh, I know that struggle, man.
Right?
Yeah.
I try to do most of my stuff like day of.
Yeah.
Like after work, go right to the store. What can I do?
Yeah.
So I came up with this pineapple chipotle recipe using the chipotle ketchup and just straight pineapple juice. And it's one of those things that, like, once I tried it, I was like, oh, this is a banger, dude. Like, I need people to try this. Like, this is one of those ones where I was like, next time you do an event, this is the wings I'm cooking.
Yeah.
So,
And you know me, man. I love wings, dude. So,
hell yeah, bro. I know, like, a lot of people call you the Wing King.
yeah.
Recently, someone called me the Lord of the Wings.
Oh shit.
That's my favorite one.
I see a future competition going on right here.
Yeah, so we're gonna be cooking these indirect over charcoal on my Char Griller Fitty Fitty. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's get going. I like using the lump.
You true, man.
Joe Devil lump, baby.
Oh, yeah. So how long you been doing social media and stuff, man?
It's been about 2 years, yeah, so far.
Doing good, man.
Started in August of, it was COVID time, right?
Uh-huh.
It was during COVID. I'd never really barbecued. Someone at my work had actually, someone was suing the place I worked at, and everyone was getting a settlement check. And one of my buddies bought a pellet grill. And I was like, you know, a bunch of my buddies have been doing that. You know, my good friend Pun vs. Food, he's been doing the social media barbecue thing for a while.
Yeah.
And my other buddy Mark, we were going over to his house every weekend. He would get the fights every single weekend, and he's always cooking up some monstrous meal. So I kind of started doing it just to kind of try to like impress them, you know, like they were, you know, I wanted that validation from like my barbecue buddies.
Yeah.
And so started cooking. And then once I started cooking, man, it was every single day.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't grow up with cooking. My parents didn't really cook that much at all. I was pretty much raised on frozen pizzas and burritos.
Yeah.
But man, once it started, it literally every single day. Sometimes multiple cooks per day, just nonstop.
Like a spark.
Yeah,
That just lit off.
absolutely.
That's dope, man.
And then it didn't stop. Like basically how I got onto charcoal was I was only familiar with pellet grills because that's what I've been cooking on. I'd signed up for a steak competition, and a week before the steak competition, the little pellet grill I was using wasn't getting up to temp.
Oh shit.
And it freaked me the fuck out. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Went on the internet and I ordered this little char griller firebox. You're supposed to attach it to an offset, but you
Oh,
can
I think I've seen your video on that. Yeah.
exactly, you can just cook on that thing. So I got that thing, and then a week later, I won 5th place in the steak and 1st place in chicken wings. And just something about having that chimney with fire coming out of it and seeing those hot embers, dude.
I remember you winning that chicken wing recipe.
Yeah.
And I believe somebody that was there was pretty pissed off too.
Yeah,
We're not going to mention
true.
that guy's name.
They got 3rd. I got 1st.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's dope, dude. Because, like, I mean, you say 2 years, but it seems like you've been grilling for a lot longer, man. You know, it's the creativity that you do, man, and all your recipes.
I appreciate that, bro. It's one of those things where, like, you know, there's a lot of people who've been grilling longer than I have, but I think they're probably doing mostly weekends or something like that. Like, this is an everyday thing for me.
Hell yeah.
This is everything to me.
Same with me, man. This is dinner, lunch or dinner,
Yeah.
every day.
Everything gets shots.
Yeah. Man, that's dope, man.
I'll make a Lunchable. I'm shooting that shit. We got our chimney going. Let's go season these wings.
Let's go. Cool. So what you gonna season up these wings with?
So we're gonna do a simple salt and pepper on the wings, and the sauce is what really helps makes things shine.
Okay.
But honestly, just salt and pepper on dry wings, dude.
Oh, that yeah. Can't go wrong with that, dude.
You always got to pat them dry. Try to get that skin as dry as possible. I like to use almond oil.
I'll get it all over.
That's what the neighbor said about their car that one time. So, you know, it's mostly black. I think that's all.
I know.
Are they just that salt and pepper?
Yeah. So how hot you gonna cook these? Like, you gonna cook them indirect?
Indirect, I normally shoot for around 350 to 400 degrees. At this point, I normally don't even need to probe them. You know, you just throw them on there. It's normally about 30 to 40 minutes, and then they're ready to sauce it up. We're gonna be saucing in a big bowl, dude.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to try that sauce, man. I'm all about sauced wings.
Dude, absolutely. There's something magical about just mixing something with soy sauce, garlic, sugar.
Yeah,
It's killer every
sweet and
time.
salty.
Yeah. So I've done this recipe a couple times. Sometimes a little bit of whiskey, sometimes a little bit of honey. But it's one of those things that I've always wanted people to try. It's one of those things that, like, at an event or something, this is something I want to cook for people.
Nice. Oh, you got us hungry already, man. I see the cameraman drooling over there.
All right, we're gonna let that set in for a little bit, let our chimney get cooking, and we'll be dumping those coals. We'll get there.
Hell yeah. I like the smell of charcoal.
Love it.
Too bad you ain't got no pellets to throw in there.
Haven't had pellets for a minute.
Never done open pellet fire smoking? I think that's what it's called. I think Al Frugoni made that up.
Open pellet fire smoke. I love that shit. He throws a handful of pellets on there. That's when you know it turns out good.
Yeah. That's the key. It's a good barbecue. Ripping hot. That's how I like doing my wings too, man. Like, never low and slow, just freaking hot and fast, dude. Like, I go like sometimes 450.
Yeah, dude.
Like with the...
I'm done in like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, like with the vortex on the Webers. You ever seen where it has the vortex and like
Yes.
like those, dude? That it'll get the Webers up to like 500 degrees, dude.
That like funnels the heat, right?
Yeah,
Ready to get these on?
yeah. Let's go, man. Starving.
Put little flats on the back part.
Were you a flat or a drum guy?
Flats always,
Yeah,
dude.
see, that's why we click, man.
There's a spot I was trying to go to. I normally go there and pick up. You can buy just flats.
Yeah.
I'll buy just 5 pounds of flats.
I don't know who needs to hear this. Anybody, but flats are superior, right?
100%. We're not in kindergarten.
Yeah. Grow up. Eat a flat. I should start buying just all flats.
It works out for me because I'll like, my girl can't handle a lot of flats or can't handle a lot of spice. And so I do scorpion on the flats because I know those are mine. And the drums will be like Gorgon or something like that.
That makes sense.
Get the real beefy wings, the closest to the fire, so this will take a little longer to cook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, similar to how I did it. I hope that's not your landlord.
All right.
Yeah. So let's
You want to make a drink?
let's make some drinks, man. I'm ready.
All right.
So what kind of gold bar we're gonna use? The gold one? Cause
Yeah, we can use the gold
I
one.
had this one right here
Here we go,
that
baby.
I was kind of saving for myself. It's
No,
my
no, no.
favorite,
Hand it over, dude.
the Rick House. But I guess we can use that one.
This is my favorite gold bar product.
Yeah.
By far. I love this thing. Hell yeah. We're doing whiskey gingers, bro. I'm excited. You never had one?
Yeah, I haven't. I love ginger beer though. I've had a lot of drinks with ginger beer.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had a whiskey ginger.
All right, so we're going to throw in some of that bourbon. I like to put the bourbon in before the ice cube so I know exactly how much bourbon I'm drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll throw
You
in.
didn't think about sharpening that knife before this?
Give me a break.
Struggling cutting it.
You know, lines are real tough, because of the membrane. We'll just pour the juice in.
And all the juice is coming out of it, dude.
We'll just squeeze it in there after, all right? Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be the prettiest. It's going to do its job.
I just fuck with you, man. That's funny though. A lot of that too.
All right. I'll let you get the full cube.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. Then we'll chuck in our ginger beer.
So where'd you learn this?
This was like my go-to if I was feeling fancy, or if I wanted to like seem like I was a fancy guy at the bar. If I'm ordering 2 drinks for me and my wife or something, like we get a Jameson, whatever. You get a whiskey ginger.
They look
Ginger
fancy.
ginger beer is fantastic.
It is, especially with whiskey.
Oh yeah. Go squeeze lime, chuck the right in there.
I'm salivating over here.
Good stuff. Give it a little stir. Ready to try this out?
Hell yeah. Pinky popping. Cheers, bro. Jesus Christ. Can we do that again? That shit was all hella full.
Cheers.
Cheers.
He's popped.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Oh man, that's good.
Ain't it?
Hell yeah.
You can still taste that Rick House right through it. But
Yeah,
that ginger
you
just adds a little kick, calls it
Yeah.
down a little bit.
That's good. I think I'm gonna make this when I get home now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are your future plans for barbecue and social media, man? Like, what do you see yourself in 5 years?
Bro. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to think that I started this like 2 years ago and it became something that was like, oh, this is a fun thing to try to impress my friends or something,
Mm-hmm.
to like people reaching out. I'm seeing people like making my recipes and sending me the videos.
Ain't that the coolest, man?
It's so cool. And all of a sudden became real good at editing, you know,
Yeah.
like, so I'm constantly just trying to upgrade my equipment, the things I got, camera, lights.
Yeah, it's an investment, dude. Especially if this is your real passion. You know, upgrading to another camera, or like what you got a Mac computer just recently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All that's just an investment, dude.
Yeah, that's been a game
You and
changer
your
as
brand,
well.
man.
Yeah, hoping to go full time. Definitely within probably a year or so. Want to go full time with the barbecue thing so I can, you know, sleep in a little bit, hang out with my girls,
Yeah.
then go out to cook. You know,
Yeah.
create content full time will just open so many doors for me. You know, longer form videos. Like, yeah,
So, how many kids you got?
I got one. I got my daughter Ripley.
Yeah.
She's about to be 2.5.
Oh, nice, youngster. Yeah.
It's wild. She's a wild thing, man.
Is she?
I can't wear her out. Let her run around, take her to the park, do whatever.
Yeah.
She's still.
Yeah. I
She's like,
remember those
let's
days.
go.
Yeah, I remember those days. My son was the wild one. He's still the wild one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter's calmed down more, but every time she has like some kind of sugar in her, like she becomes like that little 2-year-old that used to run around.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the calm down phase. It's probably going to be a minute.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool, man. Like I mean, I've followed you for a minute. Like we've known each other for a minute. We're on that Blazing Star cartel together. You know what I'm saying?
brother.
Cheers to that. And then yeah, like your content is amazing, dude. And
Yeah.
it's bright. It definitely has a bright future. You know what I mean? Keep stepping your game up, especially with the recipes. Keep doing what you're doing. Your editing's getting better. It's all just progress, man. And it reminds me of like me when I first started. And I didn't start that long ago, you know, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But like seeing where you're at, like I remember when I was there, you know, and just as long as you keep your head forward, you know, forget about all the negativity that comes with, you know, being online and putting yourself online, and just, you know, think positive, and everything you want to do, manifest that shit, man.
Hell
You
yeah,
know what I
dude.
mean?
Sky's the limit, man.
Sky's the limit, man. Like, you
Let
just
me
gotta
get
be
this real
positive.
quick. You got a one piece of line.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you. So where does the name come from? Booyah.
Booyah. So Booyah,
Because your name's Pete.
my name's Pete. When I first started my account, it was actually Bikes, Brew, and BBQ because I loved motorcycles, I love brew, and I love barbecue. Quickly became just a barbecue page because the barbecue community online is so supportive. It just like,
It is.
it came in full swing. And my nickname's been Booyah forever. Like all my buddies call me Booyah. And that started, it was originally Boozer. So
Boozer.
Boozer was my nickname just because
Alcohol.
I was that guy. I was that dude. I got Boozer tattooed across my stomach. One of the worst tattoos I've ever had.
Yeah.
But
On the stomach? Yeah.
yeah.
That is no joke.
Yeah, and from a guy who we found out lived out of his van.
Oh, shit.
He lied on his resume to the tattoo shop. But Boozer, like, I got a lot of buddies, like they kind of changed your letters a little bit. So Boozer turned into Booyah, you know?
Yeah.
And so then it just became Booyah.
It's cool, man.
So I figure why not just change it into Booyah's BBQ, man. Booyah, that's me.
So tell us about the style too. You're always doing the devil horns. I know you listen to like metal
Horns, but
music
it
and
was.
stuff.
I was in a death metal band for about 10 years.
Oh shit.
That was what I was pretty sure. I was almost positive that was going to be my path of life. Dropped out of
I was
high
in an
school.
alternative band back in the day.
Of course you were. Dude. Can you take me higher?
It wasn't that. We did more like Deftones.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Creed.
No, yeah, I was in a death metal band. Dropped out of high school so I could, get a job at Blockbuster, so I could buy an amp. And we thought we were going to go all the way. I was convinced, right? We played all up and down Bay Area. Played some big shows. Opened for some of my favorite bands.
Oh,
it was a
dope, dude.
crazy experience.
So I never got that far.
Yeah,
We were just like a garage band, and it started there and died there.
No, it was tight. We got to play at Slim's in San Francisco with one of my favorite
so dope,
like folk metal bands from Finland. Like it was absolutely wild. But then the hard thing about being in a band is it's not just your dedication. You also have to rely on every other member's dedication to it. It's not just like your grind that matters. It's everyone's grind
a team
that matters.
effort, man.
Exactly. So things can fizzle out. And like once you start getting into your 20s, we started this band when we were in high school. Once you start getting in your 20s, you got to start making life adjustments,
Yeah.
And some of the band members a little bit more plugged into reality. Or like, I'm making more painting cars. We had a little bit of a Yoko Ono situation.
Yeah.
So that fizzled out. But I always felt like there was, like I love that spotlight. I was the singer and a guitar player for that thing. Yeah. There was a little hole there.
We should start a band, dude. Let's start a band, man. Let's go back to the day, man. Come
like
on.
a Viking metal Deftones.
Right? Dude, that'd be sick.
So that was one of those things. I started seeing myself become one of those like dads who was like good at football in high school, kept talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was always that thing missing. But then barbecue has kind of done that for me though.
Nice.
Like it's filled that up because I still got people liking my stuff.
Yeah. No, but it's cool because what you're doing online and in all your videos, you're still being yourself. Your style's there. Your music that you're using in the background's there. So like you could tell that passion is there. But now you're like you're blending that with your barbecue. I think it's dope, man.
So for the style, like always long hair.
Yeah.
Always throwing up the horns.
Yeah.
I'm a straight up metalhead, even though most of my videos are gonna have hip hop.
Hip hop just works. You got to do one
better
for
for
like
videos,
Taylor
man.
Swift in the background, dude. One day you got to use a Taylor Swift song. You look like a type of guy that listens to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, maybe I'll do one for the Swifties out there.
The T Swifties.
Nah. But yeah, I got into hip hop in my early 20s, and then that's shaped a lot of the content too. Just because, like, as far as content creation, most people are watching on their phones, right?
Yeah.
Metal music on the phone gets a little blasted out, rolled trebly, so it doesn't really work with the videos as well. But use it for the. Every once in a while, I'll drop a metal video.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna use death metal, you gotta shoot knowing you're using death metal.
Yeah.
Quick cuts.
Yeah.
And shit, sometimes I'll just be seasoning like,
Yeah. You're not gonna hear any of that ASMR for the cooking.
No.
Yeah, it's all high pitched tones and stuff. Nah, I feel it. That's cool, dude. Let's make our sauce, bro. Let's do it.
Pineapple chipotle sauce. Throw my pan over the coals.
I'm excited about the sauce, man.
We're gonna do garlic. Also, just like Chuck, I don't measure shit.
Hell yeah. Measure with your heart.
That's right. Garlic, brown sugar, soy sauce. That was about a tablespoon and a half. I don't know. And then you put a ketchup in there. I like using Melinda's Chipotle ketchup.
Nice. Did you open it?
I didn't open it. I got a brand new one just for you, bro. I'm going to throw in some pineapple juice. Almost a whole can. And this time I'm going to add some hot honey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, once I get this sauce bubbling a little bit, I'm going to throw it on the upper rack. And then I'm going to throw I used to not flip my wings. I used to be a no wing flip guy.
Mm-hmm.
But now I like chucking those over the coal towards the end of it.
Me too.
I like to get a little char on there.
Yeah, I love charred wings.
I mean, now that you brought me that Rick House, Want to throw that in the sauce too?
Dude, that's a great idea. Throw that in there.
Let's go, brother. So Gold Bar is a fantastic whiskey anyway. That Rick House, that's my baby, dude.
Yeah,
I love that Rick House.
me too. I like that in a lot of mixed drinks and stuff too. But like, if I'm gonna just take shots, I like the Gold Bar, the original
Yeah.
Gold Bar.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, the black and the gold. Love that for shots, shooters, just even sipping a little bit. But the Rick House, it's got that thing, man.
hell yeah.
Like it hits you, and you're just like,
They got that new Joe Montana one out too, man. Called Number 16. Delicious, dude. I had that when they had the little opening in Treasure Island. Chuck was there. I think your boy Pun was there also.
yeah.
Dude, it was fire.
I gotta start watching sports more because like you guys are going to all these dope events. Like, I'm mostly a hockey guy, but I'm about to get into football real big.
You should, dude. Make sure it's the Niners, man.
Yeah, of course. I was leaning towards Vikings just because Viking metal, you know, but purple's not really my color. I like red, so
Hello. You should though, man. Oh, I could smell that sauce already here.
yeah, dude. Oh, it's bubbling, baby.
Oh yeah. That smells good, dude. So do you let that thicken up, or you just keep it like thin,
I think I might actually add a little bit more ketchup to the mix.
just to thicken it up?
Yeah, just get a little thickness in there. We like them thick.
Of
Right.
course. That's
Now, if that's bubbling, I'm going to throw some of these wings over that charcoal. I used to be a no-flip wing guy, but now I want that char. I'm going to pop some of these over, skin side down. You got more fat on the skin side. Helps protect the meat. And wings are going to stay juicy up around 200 degrees. I see a lot of people making recipes where it's like, hey, was there at 165? You're good. Not for wings, man.
I take my wings always to around 200, man.
100%.
Yeah, like I don't want a chewy wing. I want like almost fried, crispy, grilled wing. You know what I mean?
That's one of the things I found is a lot of people don't know that all the dark meat on chicken can go up to 200 degrees, 205 even. Like,
It's not going to dry it out.
no, that dark meat stays juicy, and those fat fibers break down way better at higher temperatures. Your chicken breast, you still want at a perfect 165, but every other part of the chicken, 200, baby. I remember you made that recipe of it was like salt, pepper, vinegar wings.
Oh, those are fire, dude.
Dude,
Have you tried it yet?
yeah, I did it shortly after you did it, and then I've been wanting to do it again because
So good.
that was one of those ones where you took that bite, you're like, that's something, man.
Yeah,
That's something right there.
I wanna try it, like, but make it like spicy.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe throw some cayenne, or even in that the vinegar sauce, throw like a chopped up jalapeno or habanero in there, dude.
Dude. I'll wait for you to do it, and then I'll do it. Because you measures things. I'm going to close this up for a sec. We're going to let that get hot. These are going to get a little bit of color on them. And we're going to throw them in a big-ass bowl.
Ready to fucking go, dude. Let's go. Let's get these sauced up, bro. Let's do it, man. I'm ready. There you go.
I'm trying to get that ding in there, you know?
Yeah. Dude, those smell so good.
Bro. This is the most exciting part, too, because once I start tossing these in the sauce, you never know if you're going to lose a wing, you're going to keep a wing, are you going to pick it up off the ground?
The 5-second rule.
Oh, for sure.
My house is like 10 seconds, though.
I'll change it to like the 10-minute rule, whatever. It depends on how hungry I am.
If it's
you know?
wings, yeah, I'll give it like 25 seconds.
Ooh.
I can just eat it just like that, dude.
Right, bro.
Now let's get this sauced up.
I'm going to dunk this sauce, dude.
Hell yeah. Just don't get that on me, man.
Daddy, I'll put it on me.
Shake it like a salt shaker. Oh,
Last one.
the thing did it over the table.
It's on the table. It's good. I just cleaned that shit too. So
This is called a wing umbrella. I invented this on TikTok.
it's disrespectful, dude.
Cheers, man.
Damn.
You think?
That's money.
Hell yeah, man.
Wings are fire as fuck. Money. Thank you for having me over here. Show me your place. Tell
yeah,
me your
bro.
story. You know what I mean? Appreciate the invite, dude.
Of course. Yeah, anytime, dude.
TFTI, dude.
I actually need you to keep coming over here. All right.
I am down, dude. Whenever you want, man. Just invite me, dude. But
Yeah,
before I leave, I'm gonna take these wings.
I think that's on here.
Booyah, where can everybody find this recipe?
Booyah's BBQ on all socials.
If you feel like making this recipe, make a video about it, tag us, and we're gonna pick one lucky winner to give a bunch of Embers TV swag to. Stay tuned for another episode of the Backyard BBQ Invite. We are here in Comfort, Texas. Gonna go visit my boy Al Frugoni, and we are gonna cook open fire cooking. Al is known for like doing a lot of open fire stuff. One thing I love that he makes is poppers. Let's hope he makes that for me. I hope he does. I hope he's treating me good because I would like to think we're very good friends. I think we're pulling up to his house right now. Let's go! What's up, man? I got some gold bar for you.
Holy moly.
What's up, brother?
This is mi amigo,
How's it going?
amigo del alma. How are you?
See you, man. Good to see you.
Nice to have you in Texas, buddy.
Yeah. Let's crack open this bottle of Gold Bar Rickhouse.
Let's go, baby.
And let's get that tour going, man.
Hey, never tried this one before, so let's see.
Cheers.
Salute.
Delicioso.
Muy bueno. Okay, let's go the tour.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the grills.
So the big green egg.
It's surprising, but actually this is not mine. This is actually Mel Schmiller, the Canadian.
Dark side of the grill.
Well, he said the big reneg brought him, and he comes to Texas, unfortunately, 5 to 6 times a year. He asked them if he can have one, and when they did that A show in San Antonio, we kept this one and we bring it.
So this is for him when he's out here. He
Yeah.
can make content.
Yeah, or somebody, if somebody wants to use it. You believe me if I tell you I don't know how to cook on this? Next, this is the mini open fire pizza oven, right? You put your fire here, you put your pizzas. I do empanadas sometimes, right? Fogues TX.
Is that like a heater too, or no?
No, it's like a pizza, yeah. Just a pizza oven. It's pretty cool, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks cool. I like the whole rustic look.
Yeah, it's rustic, it's cool. Okay, my cast iron wall, my knives. I have my wood. That's for smoking. Again, I don't smoke a lot. So when open fire, it's not much about the flavor of the wood. It's how they burn. That's why I like post oak.
Yeah.
All this is post oak, so I burn this. It's cheaper here in Texas. This is very cheap.
course.
So this is exclusive when I smoke.
Okay.
Okay, next, mini bar.
Seasoning bar.
This is what I take, right? When I'm shooting content, I have all this stuff that I'm gonna use.
Around.
Move it around. It's come very handy.
Yeah.
right? My Everdure is electric. It's pretty cool. It's charcoal, right? I have a contract with a company, with barbecue guys, and they sent me this. And at first I was like, damn, dude, this grill, it looks cool, but you know, what can I do there? And honestly, dude, this is super fun to cook with.
I see you cooking on it a lot, like,
I know,
especially with
yeah.
rotisserie. Yeah,
I love
it
it.
looks so modern, dude.
I love it. It is, man. But it's tough too, right? Oh, I really like it.
Yeah. Feels like
Honestly,
it's
when,
going
at the beginning, I wasn't like, you know, super excited, but then I love it, man.
nice.
Yeah, okay, now
The tagwood.
the tagwood.
Yeah, tagwood. If you're listening and watching this, I need one of these. Come on, man, hook it up.
Well, this is the classic Argentinian grill, right? What is an Argentinian grill? It's basically a Santa Maria with a firebox in the side.
Wow.
That's a classic way of cooking in Argentina. So actually, you build your fire here. When the embers drop, you push them under the grill, and then you cook here.
And this is all like brick lined, huh? To hold in the heat.
Exactly. It's all fire bricks that maintain the heat, right? But if you want to know more about it, we have a master class, right? What's
Only on Embers TV.
Exactly. When I like to cook, like today that we're gonna cook, you know, I'm gonna cook for one friend, maybe two, my own family. I like to cook on Argentinian style grill,
Nice.
and I'm gonna show you later why.
I really need one of these. This is one thing I'm missing in my backyard, dude. Is an Argentinian style grill.
You can't handle an Argentinian, dude.
What?
You can't handle an
I can handle you.
Okay, Lee, vamos.
Let's go. What about these out here?
Oh shit, yeah.
What the fuck is this?
This is not a grill, dude. This is a splitter, wood splitter. Actually, it's the boys. Look,
Oh, so that's
yeah.
how they split all that then.
well, part of, right?
Okay.
They find like dead trees. We make wood out of it. Well, the almighty Alamo grill. Honestly, I think a lot of my success on social media has to do with it.
Now that you say that, it's funny because like my open fire cooking started from this grill when I got it from you after that first meetup, and then I went
Exactly.
at my house, and then that's when I started doing more open fires once I got this grill. So that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
No, the Alamo is everything. Okay, now the beast. This is like Santa Maria, so it comes with a cross also there that you can cook. So you can cook like traditional Santa Maria Argentinian style, or you can cook like with the cross, right?
You can hang stuff up here.
You can hang. This is a badass.
This thing is just so
All the
big.
attachments. This is when you want to impress people, right? Like come here, you use that. You use this one, right? This was here, and I put it right here, right? It's looks so cool. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Now the Odin grill. This came a little bit later. It's a wider dimension, but again, it's massive. And another thing, these grills are the ones that when we do events, we always take them, right? Like if we like do exhibitions.
That and it's eye catching. You know what I
Yes,
mean? When
it
people
is.
see it, they're like intrigued. Like, what the hell is that thing?
It is.
Because from a distance, and if you've never seen these before, it looks like it's a medieval chariot or something like that, you know?
Torture.
Yeah, it's like a torture chamber. So what about the rest of your backyard, man?
Yeah, it's beautiful, huh? Yeah, it's that's the Guadalupe River. Like for Texas, for South Texas, is an important river, right? Not big, right? Probably in other states they're laughing at me right now. Yeah, but here actually the Guadalupe has a Guadalupe bass that is like, it's a type of bass that not only in the Guadalupe.
Have you ever caught one yet?
Nope.
No, not yet. How long you been
I
here?
cut 1 year, but well, no, we caught a little bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son got like an alligator gar. No, this fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take the grills down there.
Oh, you take these out there?
Yeah. Yeah. Bringing it up is a bit, but yeah.
Oh, sure.
No, it's pretty fun, man. This summer was hot as wow. Yeah. Yeah, the river dried out for a month, and then yeah, it was crazy.
But what about that one? Like, I feel like there's a grill in every corner of your backyard, dude.
Yeah, that's a nuke there. No, that's a nice place for this time of the year.
Yeah.
Right, it's not too hot.
Yeah. I feel like every time I come out here, like, I bring the California weather with me, man.
I love it. Hey, come more often.
And let's go back in here, yeah.
Let's finish the other side.
What about this one?
This is one of my only smokers. That's an ember grill. It can also be like a charcoal grill, right? If you put it that. If not, you can put this wood here and it becomes a smoker.
Oh. So what's this to like lower the grade?
Yeah, well, no, you just like the bottom part goes up and down.
So you bring the heat up.
The heat up, yes. This one also, an Argentinian grill, different brand, but you can. I like this grill, man. I like this is enamel.
Nothing sticks to that.
Nothing. Yeah, it's easy to clean. I like enamel, man.
I've tried on this before here.
It's pretty cool. Easy, right? It's for a small asado, right? The firebox is not too big, but it's like it retains heat. You know, the lid is kind of cool, right? Like you see, when you sometimes you wanna, when do it, tambra la pizza or like.
Oh yeah.
Like when you to melt the cheese or something. Yeah, it's cool. I like this grill, man. Yeah, this is like it. And again, the same style, right? Argentinian style grill. Boom.
Yeah. If Tagwood doesn't want to give me one, maybe Nuke will give you.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Okay,
This little spaceship, dude.
this came with the barbecue guys deal, right? They send me stuff and to make. Again, this is my only propane equipment that I have here. This the whole stand is cool. Propane. You have all the, and this is great. Man, I've been doing more pizza than ever in my life.
Also, it probably gets like 700 plus degrees, huh?
I know, yeah, I know it gets hot. I did a steak the other day.
How'd it come out?
It was pretty decent. I burned my hand, but fuck, it was a mess. But I had to try it, right? I saw somebody do it before, so. Okay, and this is the the bar. Also, folies.
One of the very first open fire pits I cooked on from them was this at the very first meetup, like 2021. Remember, I did pork belly. Oh no, I did the wings on here.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, and but with the skewers, you take this off and you took this off and run. Yeah, this like the legs goes inside, so it's pretty cool. And when you're traveling, you go camping. I never go camping, but
You don't like that, Ben? Fuck, no. Why not? You don't like to rough it out?
No, I like rough, but I don't like to sleep at the. I like to sleep good in a boat. So every time I go camping, it's okay. I'm gonna sleep good. I'm going to solve it,
Yeah.
More than I needed to sleep better, but it's even worse. Not sleep like shit. Nah, but this is like when we go to the coast, right, or we go for a weekend somewhere, I always take it.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's about it, man.
Yeah. Oh, this fire out this fridge, man.
Oh, this deep fridge has a lot of these to the lot of history anyway, man. Yeah. Did it?
Shut up. This ugly guy right here. I don't know if you guys can want to zoom in on that ugly guy's face.
I'm gonna take this shit off. Yeah, man. Everybody that is a friend is here. Blazes Dark Side, Tank. The Barbecue Ninja. Who else is there?
I remember the first meetup too, like at the warehouse. This was next to the bar.
Yeah.
I remember you only had like 2 or 3 stickers, and I was like, let's put more stickers on there because everybody brought their stickers. And
Yeah. Willie here.
What are we cooking, dude? I'm hungry.
Let's go, baby. Let me show you. So today I'm gonna make you a Argent-Texan asado. It's like a fusion between an asado argentino and with Texan flavors, right? So we're gonna start with the Argentinian part. We have the mollejas sweetbreads.
I love those.
Yeah, mollejas if you're Mexican, mollejas if you're Argentina. Okay, we have the short ribs and the tri-tip. That's gonna be the Argentinian part, right? And then we have our Texans. Jalapeno popper. We have the jalapeno and cheese HEB sausages. This one is our friend Jess Pearls, right? I didn't try these ones. I tried the other ones. They're very good, so I want to try this.
Hell yeah.
And we're gonna have a pork tenderloin. We're gonna do it my Blazing Star way, and then pork ribs, also like barbecue ribs, and everything, of course, open fire.
All of this looks good and all. I'm salivating over it, but I think I'm more excited is for these jalapeno poppers, man. I love my poppers. I love having veggies with all this meat, and this is the only green I see on this plate, on this table.
Wait. Are you really considering the jalapeno poppers veggies?
I am, man.
Oh my god, dude.
I think they're veggies, man. Like.
Well, yeah, same as chimichurri, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, chimichurri too. It's like veggies. It's like a salad.
Exactly.
Chimichurri is like a grinded up salad, dude.
Exactly, yeah. So we're gonna have salad and then we're gonna have veggies.
Veggies right there. Bacon wrapped veggies. Let's go.
Let's start that fire, baby. Vamos.
Vamos.
See all the fat we have here? That's way too much, so we're gonna cut it a little bit. This is good fat. And this torch is gonna burn for at least 10 minutes. So we're gonna put it here. Well, it's gonna help speed up the process of the fire. Vamos.
Wow, what exactly is a molleja?
Well, molleja, and don't freak out, the audience. Molleja is actually gland meat, right?
A
It's
gland
different.
from like the cheek?
Yes, there's two types of mollejas. Like actually in Argentina, you can order each one, right? But here in the States, when you buy the package, you can get anything, right? But it's like, the two are like molleja, like throat mollejas, the gland on the throat, and the other ones are on the heart. See how this is like a block of fat? See how you see the texture? And this one here is more like a kidney.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
See?
So which one's which?
This one is heart molleja, and this is the throat molleja. The one that is like a kidney is in the throat, and this one is 10 times more delicious. And you're gonna, when you taste it, you're gonna see.
Excited.
Okay? If people still watching after this, we're gonna cook it for 2 hours. Vamos. Well, here we go.
Damn, that looks good, man.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, asado, right? In Argentina, we sit down, right? Normally, it's the whole family, whole friends. It's a big table here, and we sit down, we eat maybe for 1 hour, and then we stay what we call it sobremesa. It's like over the table, the literally translation. And then we, that's the cool thing, and that's one of the things that I miss the most. The sobremesa, when you like kept drinking for hours, right?
Oh,
it could be.
We can do that right now, right?
Hell yes, man. That's why we're sitting down. And again, another thing that is very traditional, we're gonna eat a la tabla. That means the cutting board. We're not gonna use plates.
And just our hands, right?
No, I don't know the hands. You know how people say in my comments, you have all these toys?
Well, you do.
Well, check this out.
That's what you eat with?
I guess.
Yeah.
Let's grab mine.
You fancy.
Hey, you know what is that? This is lit.
That's what?
Lit.
Lit?
Lit. How do you say? Lit. Lit.
Lit.
Lit.
Lit.
No hablo inglés.
Nice, man. You
Wait.
fancy out here, dude.
Yep. Love it. Hey, by the way, for an asado argentino, we have to have Malbec. This wine is from Argentina. Remember, red wine?
I'm with it, man.
Yeah, you have to have a Malbec. There is a fact that when you eat when Argentinian asado, you eat a lot of meat that has fat, and you also eat organs, right? You eat sausages, so your paladar, how do you say the paladar? Palate is always greasy, right? And it's nothing better than a sip of wine. The red wine is like cleans everything, right? And then you're ready for the next bite.
I love it.
How makes sense?
That is delicious.
We just do it. Okay, ready? Okay, first, dig in. Okay, now, your favorite. Let's start with the veggies.
Yeah.
The veggies.
Let's start with the veggies, the poppers.
I still can't believe you call this a veggie. I mean, all the bacon and the cream cheese, Nothing beats the jalapeno popper cooked over open fire.
Let's get this out.
Oh, yeah. No. Ready?
Yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
We use forks, our hands. Cheers. Hey, cheers.
Rear.
It's one of the best bites. Like you said, like the outside's crunchy, inside's creamy, and then with the salt, the lemon, and God, I don't know if you guys could see that, but look at that. That is like perfection. That's money right there.
See? Now you have that, you know? That salty, greasy thing. Look at that.
And then wash it down with this, huh?
Oh. 5. Alright.
Man.
Okay, we have the short ribs here. Or we can start cutting on these ones. But they already rest. Let's go with the Blazing Star tenderloin.
Oh, that's perfect, dude.
It's very easy to overcook it, right? So you have, that's why we have it on the other, you know, the opposite side of the fire, right?
Yeah, dude, it's still so juicy.
Lo que es esto, la puta. Lo que es esto.
Just
A ver.
so Al, like, what can your fans in the world expect coming from you next? Like more seasonings, sauces, like what's up?
Well, the next one, yes, it's gonna be soon, very soon. It's gonna call the asado all-purpose rub.
When's that coming out? Like any time frame?
Yes,
Like
yes. We're just like finalizing the labels.
so what can everybody expect for the future of the Al Frugoni empire, man?
Well, mainly I gotta keep doing events. My goal is keeping inspiring people, right, to get into open fire, to feel, to experience what is this about, right?
Mm-hmm.
The open fire life. Like I always said, open fire is not a way of cooking; it's a way of life. So yeah, for me, it's like, of course, you know, it became a business, and we're gonna push it. But also, it's like I have a lot of passion on what I do, so that's what I want to do. It's like keep inspiring people, keep doing these epic events, keep meeting cool people like you, and
Appreciate
other
that.
people, and that's, I don't know, that's.
It is, man. The community of like open fire or any kind of outdoor cooking, man. Like it's a big, tight community, and there's a lot of love, you know. And there's not
Yes.
not too many haters out there. I mean,
Yes.
you know, there are here and there, but you know,
Yeah.
in our group, it's a cool group of people, you know, and it's good to have those kind of people to share the same passion.
Yeah.
You know, man.
It's getting bigger, right?
And it's getting bigger. The group is getting bigger, you know.
Yeah.
I remember being at the first meetup, 2021. Now it's like probably 3 times the size.
Yeah.
You know, definitely cool, man. Definitely inspiring. You're like a brother to me. You know I love you. Everything that you do, all that. And yeah, man. There's plenty of freaking food here, dude.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to feed the rest of this camera crew because they're over here salivating this stuff, man.
I don't think the viewers, they thought this is just for us, right? We have a lot of people around, like, salivating right now.
Man, let's get into cutting this tri-tip, dude.
Let's go, man. Let's go.